Hi everyone, welcome yet again to another episode on the Unique Life podcast with me, Yannick. And I would just want to say thank you for sticking with me so far. And let's get into today's episode. Today, we're going to head into an episode that I would like to title, Pretoria was God's idea. Because it really was. So, this morning, the reason why I want to talk about this is because this morning as I was going into prayer and I just went into Thanksgiving, just thanking God for everything. And I so happened to thank God for how far He has gotten me, for everything that He has done regarding me staying in Pretoria, regarding my school, and just a lot has happened, and I'm super grateful for everything, the trials, the tribulations, the highs, the mountain top experiences. I am super grateful for all of those, because I don't think that I would be really, everyone says this, and I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times, but I don't think I would be who I am right now in this moment on the 15th of April 2023. It's about to be 11 o'clock, 21 years of age. I don't think I would be who I am if it was not for those experiences that I had to go through and everything. So as I said, I went into Thanksgiving just thanking God. And basically, if I just have to give you a current update, I am left with one more exam, and then I am officially done with civil engineering. I'm super happy for that one. I can tell you for sure. Really, I am super happy. I'm super happy. It's been a journey, guys. It's been a journey. But so, as I said, final exam to go, one more to go. And also, I will be probably next week or the week after next, I will be packing my stuff, all of my belongings that I have, and I'd be going back home, which happens to be Pretoria.Enjoy. So I'm leaving Pretoria, basically. I'm leaving. I'm sad, but I'm also super happy with regards to the fact that Yannick would not, as I said, I'm saying it again, Yannick would not be Yannick would not be this Yannick without the experience that I went through in Pretoria, and also everything that led to me being here. So now I've created a portal. I've been wanting to, create that opportunity for me to go into that. So the portal. Yannick would not be Yannick if it was not for the events that happened for me to be in Pretoria. So I want to talk about those events. So in 2020, I was fresh out of high school, completed my matric in 2019. So I was home, and of course I had plans. Okay, I had plans of my own. God, I had plans of my own. I had plans of my own. The plan was that in 2020 I was going to go to, university, and I was going to study analytical chemistry. Imagine, guys. Imagine me studying analytical chemistry. Ooh, I keep on thinking of it. I'm like, I would have been so depressed, guys. I would have really been so depressed. But either way, so in 2020, that was the plan, going to study analytical chemistry, or just study. I don't remember. I think I applied for teaching somewhere, or psychology or something like that. So that was the plan. 2020, the plan was to go and study and everything. But then results came out and I got rejected by universities for all the courses I applied for. So I literally had, I don't want to say no leg to stand on, because that's what I want to say. But I just had no other thing to do anymore, because that was the plan. I had no other plan besides going to study. That's what your parents want for you. That's what everyone else around wants for you, and that's what you want for yourself as well. So that was the plan. But either way, it was okay. Me and my friend were always, we're just chilling because both of us had basically a gap year. So I decided, okay, no, I'm gonna go and upgrade my marks, and I would the following year. That's when I would go and study for the things that I wanted to. But at that time, I was not even sure what I wanted to do with my life anymore. Completely hopeless. So COVID hit, COVID hit South Africa. I think it was in March or April. That's when COVID hit us heavy. Lockdown happened. We were stuck indoors with our family members. No going to school. My brothers were home, so we were just stuck there with everyone. My mom would not let us go out because, of course, she's a nurse, so that was totally understandable. And so COVID hit. Now I could not go out with my friend because literally she was you were the only one that kept me sane. In that time, 2020, you were legit the only person that was keeping me sane. Going out with you, it was a breather. I could breathe, and not think so much about the fact that I'm not studying and not be depressed about that situation. But when COVID hit and I could not go out with my friend anymore, yeah, that's when it got real. That's when it got real. I was super depressed. I was depressed, guys. I was depressed. I was overeating. I was super anxious. Anxiety was on a real high. It even led me to, I remember I had to go to hospital because I had an anxiety attack. So it was very difficult. It was very difficult for me having to be indoors with myself, and just for the fact that I'm like, yeah, what are you gonna do now? And you and yourself, and all along you've been trying to avoid all the things that happen to you, or not all the things that happened to you, but all the things that happened. That was me. Going out was an escape from myself. So now I had to be one-on-one with myself and be like, yeah, Nick, this is what it is now. And I did not like that. I really did not like that. I got to think of so many things. I felt like I was a failure. I felt that everyone around me thought that I was a failure. It even got to the thing where I even thought that my own mother was just, because I was so disappointed in myself, I thought that my mother was also disappointed in me because I was not studying. I was at home and basically doing nothing with my life. And my biggest fear was the fact that I was not going to do anything with my life, and that that's just I feel like it's a fear for everyone, low-key. Some would not admit it, but not knowing what to do with your life, that is so scary. That is so scary. And I found myself there. I was heavily depressed, went to hospital, had an anxiety attack. It even led to the point of suicidal thoughts. I had suicidal thoughts. I wanted to harm myself. I remember this one time. This is so funny to me right now. But I wanted to drown myself in a bath. I wanted to drown myself in a bath. I was literally sitting in a bath and I was like, why don't I just drown myself right now? And I don't know. I think that time I had a clear plan on how I was going to do it. But right now, it just does not make sense to me how I would have done it. How would I have done that? I do not know. So yeah, that was just everything that was going on. And I remember coming out of hospital after I had the anxiety attack, and I was just like, you know what? I can see, okay, this is what my life currently is. I cannot be like, living it a fairy tale or whatever, be like, this is not my life, or try to avoid what was obvious. I was like, okay, sharp. And I remember coming out, as I said, and I just like no, Yannick, you're not gonna feel sorry for yourself anymore. You're not gonna be throwing yourself a pity party. By the way, my mom hates people who throw pity parties. I'm just saying, because she always reminds us that you do not do that. So I was like, come on, we're not gonna be about that life now. So I was like, okay, nah, I only know one thing. I only know one way, or the way that my parents taught me and the people around me. Like, there's only one way. So one day I just went on my knees and I cried out to God. And I remember saying this, and that's why I'm telling you guys this story. I remember telling God that I do not know what I want to do with my life. I do not know why I am here on this earth. But one thing that I want you to do, and that I'm sure of that I want in this moment, is for you to send me to a place where I will be able to talk about you with literally the next person. Like, literally put the person next to me. I can have that conversation about you. I want to grow. Like, God, I just send me to a place where you are there. That's what I said. Send me to a place where you are there. And I also remember, because at that time I was still unsure of what I want to do. So I was basically for me, it was just the fact of whether I go there for work, whether I go there for whatever, just send me somewhere where I can know you more. I can grow in you. That was basically it. I did not matter how it was going to do it, but as long as you just send me away to that place where I'd have that interaction with you. Because for me, in that point, it was when I got to that point in my life, it was no longer of me wanting to know what am I going to do with my life, but it was me being like, I cannot do life on my own anymore. I cannot do life the way I have been doing it. The only way for me right now is to go to the one who is above it all, to the one who is control of it all. And I'm just like, let me understand you, please. Basically, if I have to put it in simple terms, it was a state of like, God, or prayer of God, I want to know you. Like, let me go there and understand you a bit more. So that was it. And after that prayer, I got delivered at church. I believe I'd get into that in another episode. But in that moment, that is when I was free from depression. Remember, listen to what I'm saying, because I'd also share a bit more about this. I said depression, not anxiety, and depression, but I was free from depression. So anxiety was still there. So yeah, I got set free from depression. I was delivered from that at church. And after that, I just, when a word is spoken over you and you're just walking into it, you may not see immediate changes in your life, but you're taking that word and you're walking with it. That is what I did. I took that word and I walked with it. I ran with it. So as I was just, sitting at home and be like, okay, I'm being intentional about everything I do right now. I'm being intentional about it. And I remember I got so stuck in watching HGTV, the channel where they do the home renovations, construction. I got so stuck watching that, and I loved it. I absolutely loved watching that. The TV would be on that channel 24/7, and because I was home most of the time, that would be it. We're watching what do they call it? What is it? Yeah, but it's Flip My something. Is it Flip My House? I think so. Be watching that, and I was like, okay, Yannick, because I did have to, sort of have a plan for next year. And I was like, okay, if I want to go study, I would want to do something like this. So I applied for interior designing. I applied for civil engineering. My mom advised me to do that as well. And this is the part that is it's still crazy to me up until this day, but it makes total sense right now. Interior designing was my number one, by the way. still is my number one. Still is my number one. I just have to say that. So I got accepted by the way, and I applied to many places. I think I applied somewhere, Germiston, those places. I applied there. I think I probably applied Cape Town as well. I don't know. I can't remember. But I just applied everywhere. And the first place to respond was where I'm studying right now. And it was for civil engineering. I was like, oh, I want to do interior designing. So that was it. I was like, okay, now we're doing this. We're going into it. Did the whole registration process and everything. And a week into attending civil engineering classes, I found out that I got accepted for interior designing. It was also in Pretoria. And I was like, what? At the moment, I wanted to change. But then my mom was just like, no, man, just finish what you have started. And we did that. And now I understand why that had to happen. That's why I'm saying Pretoria was God's idea. Because I have grown so much here. I have grown so much. I can definitely say that in Pretoria, I have met a lot of people. Like, a lot of people. Like, I don't think I have met so many people or had interactions with so many people for as long as I can say I've lived. Well, I haven't lived a pretty long life, but, I'm just saying, in the past 2 years, I haven't met and had such intimate interactions with people in such a short period of time, like never in my life. I've met so many people. I have really grown. I've said that before, but I'm saying it again because I just want you to understand that I've grown. And as I remember the prayer I said, I was like, send me to a place where I'll get to know you more. Send me to a place where a conversation with you would be so easy. It would be literally be so easy. And I could have it with the person next to me. And it's like, okay, yeah. We head into it and we could talk hours and hours about it. So that is literally what Pretoria has done for me. Not even, Pretoria, but also where I'm staying. We could legit be in the kitchen, and I could be standing in the kitchen for like an hour, 2 hours, just talking about God, learning. It's like every room in this place, every room, even outside, it's a classroom. It's a classroom where I just get to learn more about God each and every day. I just get to learn about God each and every day. And also one thing is, I have seen God. I have, guys, I'm trying to process what I'm about to say. But I've had interactions with God, an experience with God that I don't think I would have had if I was not here. If I was not here, I would have not had those experiences. I would have not had that, connection. Or I can't say that I've done this and this and this and this. I would not have been able to say that I have done this and this and this if I was not at the time here in Pretoria, in Atteridgeville to be specific. I would have not known that, okay, I need to do a DTS if God never sent me to Pretoria and I've never gotten to meet. Well, actually, if all the people who came on outreaches did not come here, I would have not known that I had to do a DTS. I feel. That's just my opinion at the moment. But I've met so many incredible people. Even at school, I've met awesome people, made good connections with people. And I just want to say this. Coming to Pretoria, my whole life, I was like, I ain't never getting married. I'm never getting married. Whatsoever. That is not my life. That is not the life I feel like God has for me. I don't want to get married because there's just a lot going on there. And I saw other people's marriages fall apart. And I was just like, why would I want to go into something that seems like a trap, of some sort? But I once received a prophecy from someone that was here, and he told me, like, God wants you. Like, it was just out of the blue. I feel like that's basically a prophecy. It catches you off guard. It would never be it would sometimes speak to the situation that you are in, but it would also speak to something that you are not consciously thinking of, or like actively thinking of, I mean. So this guy told me God has a perfect man for you. God has a perfect man in store for you. And yeah, God wants marriage for you. And I was like, huh? What? Say what? Say what? Say what? so yeah. He told me that, and I'm leaving Pretoria with that in my heart, knowing that indeed marriage is what God has in store for me, or it is God's heart and desire for me. So even with that, I'm leaving a different person, and I know I'm not getting into much detail about it. I would really do that in another episode, but basically I just wanted to share that Pretoria was God's idea, and how I could have been accepted into any other place, you know, like the fact that I'm still, like, I'm thinking of it, I'm like, I could have been any other place right now, but God chose for me to be here. And Pretoria was never, like, I've never had any desire to be in Pretoria. Never, ever, ever. The fact that it's so close to Limpopo, for my Limpopo people, I'm very sorry, but that was just, you know, growing up, it was just the things that I had. They'll be like, yo, Limpopo is so scary and all of those things. So Pretoria was, for me, would legit have been a lot, like, would have probably not even been an option, if I had to be honest with you. So yeah, the fact that God's like, I'm sending you to Pretoria, child. I'm like, okay, God, okay, we're doing that. So yeah, I will definitely share into more detail the lessons that I've learned, but just know that Yannick is leaving Pretoria a completely different person. And if you have known me before I came to Pretoria, I can officially say that you probably don't know me. Yes. You probably don't know me. The child, you don't know me. You don't know me. So yes, guys, I think I want to cut it off there for now. And I just want to say, allow God to lead you wherever He wants to lead you. Yeah, I think that would be my message. Go and trust Him. Go and trust Him, because that has been the process. Go and trust Him. I cannot say that I've ever gone hungry. I've ever gone short of anything. I've never. It's crazy. I haven't gone short of anything while being in Pretoria. And even there were times where, you know, I had to understand that there were certain things my parents could not do. But I've never been short of anything. I've experienced Pretoria, guys. Not because of the money was there, but, you know, just because of the people that I was surrounded by, and I'm still surrounded by. I've experienced Pretoria. I have lived Pretoria out, and Pretoria is just a good place. And to cut this off, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Pretoria. Like, Pretoria is so nice. Maybe for now, I feel like that's where my heart is at. But if I had to go to other places, I'll probably feel the same way. But there is nothing like Pretoria. There's nothing like the love these people have, the humility these people have. There is nothing like it, really. South Africans, people from abroad, come to Pretoria. Specifically, YWAM Nation Builders. Come and have a taste of what they're about. I love you guys, my Pretoria people. For now, we have to say goodbye. And yeah, for those of you that are listening, you're gonna hear this voice in a few more weeks. No, I'm just lying. But you're gonna hear this voice again. So yeah, bye.